biological quarantine has been initiated. Level 2. Kitchen knife and snowflake are off limits. Level 3. Hydroponics is off limits.
I think we're going to level 3 anyway.
Perfect.
Where are you, John? Without the PDT, I can't track shit.
Hydroponics. Or what's left of hydroponics. The shaft's covered in growth. I'm not going anywhere.
Wait, let me check the blueprints. Yes, hydroponics has a service elevator.
Affirmative.
Keep me in the loop.
Part of the loop. There's a gigantic broccoli stalk on the floor.
Are you fucking kidding me?
What?
It's some sort of insect.
Keep your distance.
It's tied up. Doesn't look like it can get loose.
Tied up? How big is it?
Alright, I'm gonna save here. Just seems like a good idea. Because I'm gonna go mess with this guy. Dark! Or you could rip its arm off, that's fine too.
That was too close.
Nom nom nom. What's that one called? That one didn't give me an achievement? What? That one totally deserved an achievement. I was just eaten by a big freaking bug.
Are you fucking kidding me?
What?
It's some sort of insect.
Keep your distance.
It's tied up. Doesn't look like it can get loose.
Tied up? How big is it?
Alright, well let's go rip its arm off. Oh, no. Okay, apparently I still have its arm, maybe? If not, what did I do different here? Alright, so do I still have its arm? No.
Are you fucking kidding me?
What?
It's some sort of insect.
Keep your distance.
It's tied up. Doesn't look like it can get loose.
Tied up? How big is it?
Oh.
That was too close.
Alright, get away from that. Monday. Healthy, docile, unresponsive to stimuli, milking as normal. Tuesday, no activity. Wednesday, healthy, heightened aggression, recommended milking with only experienced staff. Thursday, no activity. Friday, healthy, highly aggressive, 3 personnel wounded in milking. Saturday, healthy, quiet, unusual, brooding behavior, milking normal. Healthy, aggressive. 1 fatality via venom pouches. Oh, so there's venom pouches too. Well, let's just get right on it, shall we? Alright, well, let's save here. Now that we've done that, whatever that was. Right, so. Can I take the pincer back? No, of course not.
This is ridiculous. How did it grow this world in a few months? These plants can't naturally develop this fast.
Kane developed the technology to accelerate plant growth. Oxygen is big business.
I would imagine it is. Well, I can't click on this. What are the options on that? Finally, we have more room for the Linesi Harvey strain, which I've been working on so hard. It stays like this that humanity truly proves why it crawled out of the ocean before any other. That's not the truth. My section has been expanded. I have more staff, true, but they are drones and have little other function. Now we can expand the research potential. You know what I mean? Now we can expand the research potential of Project Kitchen Knife and see what else the plants can yield. The oxygen production rate is quite unlike anything my initial projections could have predicted. Last year it became the worst kept secret on the Groom Lake. And all of a sudden, I had more interns than I could comfortably employ. Their only function is to stumble about the place and ask troublesome questions that I have little time to answer. If only our world was more like that of the insects. I have plenty of workers and drones, but none of the unwavering loyalty. Bees work and work, the faith in their queen unquestioning and constant. That kind of loyalty is beyond price. These interns of mine have their uses, I suppose. We always need volunteers willing to get close to the queen. Am I surrounded by incompetence? One of those imbecilic interns got too close to the queen, and she showed him her affection. Quite amusing, though not to him. This means that I must attend to another accident debriefing with the board, although Dr. Milan does love to test me.
Oxygen. Nitrogen scrubbers require further maintenance involve isolation.
I see him up on the hearing bench, and he grins at me in that supercilious look that he has perfected over the years. I suppose that I have him to thank for my current position. It was his recommendation to the board that made them hire me in the first place. Still, I believe he has come to enjoy these little power plays. He does like to keep me under his heel. That, my dear doctor, is only a temporary situation. Once this project is complete, the chess games that we play so often will no longer be our only battleground. Regarding the project, some of the bug eggs failed to hatch properly. I suspect this is why the queen was more aggressive than usual. There are more than enough drones to continue the collection work. Their unique chemical properties are doing wonders for the plants, although I'm running short of interns prepared to work in close proximity to them since the last incident. The worker I appreciate the most is Akiza. I was astonished to discover that she is related to the legendary Dr. Tenshu of the eugenics wars. I did consider mentioning to her, but I sensed that she's oddly ashamed to have him as her ancestor. If it wasn't for men like him, our profession would be a hollow shell of what it is now. Then again, if it wasn't for him, genetic research wouldn't have been put back by several generations, now would it? The ethical quandaries we face as men of science. So this guy is friggin' nuts. The insects are restless. They rumble in their apiaries and are more aggressive than usual. My personal deduction is that the presence of the marine thugs aboard the ship are the cause. Armed guards all over the place. I was stopped by one the other day and asked my reasons for going to hydroponics. Well, after explaining that I was the head of the damn project, I had a guard removed from his post and then the ship. This is insanity. How am I expected to progress with these thugs around? I recall complaining about the inundation of interns. If only they were still here now. Both Ivan and Theodore disappeared from their rooms last night, and I've had to speak to security about their whereabouts. They were Akiza's assistants, and now the production of my queen's royal jelly has slowed down exponentially. That's been a huge blow, but rather extraordinary anomaly has appeared in our growth pods, a hitherto undiscovered strain of fungus. Its origin is something of a mystery to me. These fungal growths fascinate. At first, I thought it was a common garden variety mold, but after substantial analysis performed by Akiza, it seems to harbor neuron activity. That is to say, it seems to exhibit rudimentary signs of intelligence. We've certainly created some unusual species on this deck, but the idea of a quasi-intelligent fungus growing and evolving of its own volition is exciting and frankly frightening. I've asked Akiza and the remnants of her team to cultivate it, but exhibit caution in where it is spread. I was asked by one of Dr. Milan's assistants if the fungal substance discovered growing in the bowels of the ship had anything to do with us. I lied, of course, but this is becoming alarming. Our experiments flourished at first. We may have lost more staff recently, but our experiments have been very fruitful indeed. Confidentially, the properties of the fungus is both extraordinary and terrifying. It has the remarkable ability to take control of a living subject's central nervous system and hypothalamus, as observed in the monkey we used for testing. The monkey shrieked and thrashed in a rage for first few days after it was exposed, and then it became quiet, observant, and uncannily intelligent. It's certainly aggressive, but then again, which viruses aren't? Well, it's not a virus, it's a fungus. No, no, no! We officially lost control of the deck. Eden now truly belongs to the beasts. We've seen the strange things. I watched as the fungus took control of the deck. It spread through the staff, and, much to my shame, I watched their deaths and examined their bodies. Nobody can cross the pods because the bugs are so aggressive that when Solomon went through in a rad suit, they ripped it from his body, stung him to death. It took mere moments. Still, I live in the hope that the insects will remember me, their creator, and perhaps see me as one of their own. I'm gonna guess that didn't happen because he died or his transmissions ended much earlier. Vaporizer pad? Huh. Okay, sure. Vaporizer, perfected Mark V model of the Kane Corporation Trans-State Modifier. Using advanced and unique molecularization technology, the vaporizer has the ability to shift the target substance between gas, liquid, and solid states, without any of the structural breakdowns seen in objects shifted between states on a regular basis. The Mark V is the latest model, but hasn't yet been rolled into mass production because of its current difficulty fueling the vaporizer with sources on board Groomlake. Recent experiments undertaken were more than satisfactory, and it passed the Kane safety and security test with no adverse effects, causing harm to the user observed. Itchy eye. Can't read with eye is itching. It has been graded level 4 because of the specific nature of its technology and the limited quantity of existing vaporizers. During an experiment recently carried out on the royal jelly produced by hydroponics, Dr. Gray and other observers commented on the remarkable speed at which the jelly transformed into a gas, thus placating their insect population. Seriously? Alright, so what do I do here? Well, that sounds great. I'm not getting achievements for these anymore. I'm gonna stop doing them. I'm kind of confused as to why exactly it did them on some and then doesn't do it on others.
I hate bugs.
Good. I gonna get control again? Okay, there we go.
Oxygen levels increasing. Warning. Oxygen levels increasing to dangerous levels. Oxygen levels pose the fire hazard. CSEC has been notified.
What if I grab off of this corpse?
It's beautiful.
The oxygen garden's my favourite part of any ship. Green, full, natural.
Oh, God.
You didn't spew? I would have spewed.
I could get you out. I could cut you free. I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you end this. But you need to help me first. I don't need you to leave. I need you to crack this flare. The oxygen will ignite. Then you will die.
Extreme external temperatures detected. Plug suit has regulated body temperature to benchmark level.
The fire systems just went haywire over here, John. What did you do?
I cleared the vines.
With a flamethrower?
Something like that.
Fire in Oxygen Gardens 1, 3, 5, 6, 9. Fire in Oxygen Gardens 2, 7, 8. Fire suppression system activated. Warning. Fire suppression system compromised. Warning.
Shit! Oxygen production has been compromised. Are the biomes still intact? Oh, God, please don't say burn them out.
Just the one on this level.
It's cause and chain reaction, John. They're all going up. We have a time limit now. Hours at most.
Get my daughter right now.
Gardening! The achievement is gardening. Alright, I'm gonna load real quick and go read what the PDA has to say. Because I didn't realize that that was going to trigger an event.
I hate bugs.
So that doesn't accomplish anything, I don't think.
Oxygen levels increasing. Warning. Oxygen levels increasing to dangerous levels. Oxygen levels pose a fire hazard. C-Sec has been...
It's beautiful.
The oxygen guardians are my favourite part of any ship. 3, 4, natural.
Hello? Yeah, a peanut butter fudge, shake. Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
Oh, God. God. Oh,
The Lord is gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and great in loving kindness. The Lord is good to all. I simply wish his kindness had extended to Chelsea. The galley chef told me that a few of the other crew members are unfathomable with having an ARG patient on the staff. I asked if her work was in any way below standard, at which point he grew uncomfortable and admitted exactly as I thought. No, she was a superb worker, but his team were uncomfortable with her anyway. Being a geneticist and a Christian may appear contradictory to most, but that is their burden, not mine. I believe in grace and mercy. It wasn't Chelsea's fault she was born an ARG baby. I don't know what ARG means. James, my ex-husband, blamed me. I have an ARG. James wanted her terminated, and when I refused, he packed up and left. That suits me. I'd rather be without an unloving husband and father than without my beautiful child. And she is. She's a beautiful gift from God, and a ship full of the most supposedly forward-thinking people in the galaxy. Their aversion to her condition repulses me. Tolerance and patience are virtues greatly praised by the Lord. But aboard Groomlake I find my stores of both these virtues sorely tested. I discovered through one of my subordinates that a new shipment arrived on board a few days ago, destined for Project Seed. My disapproval of the dangers of seed are no secret, considering the size of the shipment and the clear attempt to cut me out of the loop regarding the delivery. I suspect some of my colleagues are trying to mask the precise nature of what it is that has arrived. If it is, as I suspect, there will be no, and I mean no, lengths I will not go through in order to dispose Mr. Malan. Kane Corporation is a company for the promotion of sciences, not for the sinister schemes and unprincipled ambitions of individuals. I have moral issues with Kane and their weapons research. It tests my faith. But Kane's medical breakthroughs have changed the world, and my world too. It's because of Kane-created research that Chelsea is even alive. This is why I do what I do. I work in genetics to find cures for my dearest Chelsea, and others like her. Not for money. It's my job to put things right for her. I had lunch with Dr. Gray this afternoon. He's an odious little man and utterly misanthropic. But if you need somebody to talk to about Project Seed, then there are few people who give up information more easily. His ego easily outweighs his sense of confidentiality. Project leaders and project members are not allowed to discuss the details of individual projects, but he can't resist himself. Nevertheless, he revealed disturbing details. I'm aware of our sample origins. We need human genetic material in order to develop cures for human beings. It's a hard truth, but there's paperwork, permission forms, and contracts that create the supply. That shipment has none of those things. They're children. Oh my God. In all your great mercy, how could you let Milan, that unholy monster, do this? It's taken months, but finally I found a young cargo worker named Danica Boxer. She was referred to me by Dr. Tenshu. Such a sweet girl. It seems the cargo was a combination of adults and children, all of whom were acquired through illegal channels for the use in genetic research. I did not agree to this. I'll leave this place and take Chelsea with me before I spend 1 minute working for a company that endorses the use of children in research. There are not enough words to describe the soulless creatures that did this. Revenge? I don't believe in revenge. Beloved, never avenge yourself, but leave it to the wrath of God, for it is written, "Vengeance is mine, I will repay," says the Lord. Where is she? The creatures are attacking in full force. The screams are over the radio. They're dying. They're all dying. I hear them scuttle through the vents. See the blood they spill and spray over the walls. Chelsea, Chelsea, oh God. Please bring her to me. I'm trapped in hydroponics. Please let my little girl find me. Voice note. I can see Chelsea inches from me. Lifeless. I contemplated taking my own life as she died just before my eyes. When those creatures attacked, the crew sealed off parts of the ship. I was left trapped in hydroponics. That fungus got to me. Now it's inside, profaning my body. Its nerves wrapped around my cerebral cortex. I can feel it move. I try to move my arms, but it won't let me. It's making me watch the fungus consume my baby girl. I must watch and pray for the end to come. So then it does not depend on the man who wills or the man who runs, but God who has mercy. Okay, so that's an extreme level of tragic compared to the other sections. Like, wow, that is well written and very, very sad. Right, now I can talk to her.
I could get you out. I could cut you free.